back to this second part of the tutorial. So we have the base of our gumball machine, and I forgot to bevel these edges, the cube that we put. You see in the picture, this area is round, and also you have these lines here. So we can make these. So we get our cube, tab edit mode, and what we can do to make this, well, we can just add another cube to make this effect, or just get these, make another loop cut here to see if we can do this. Control R is making a loop cut here. So we want to create a line that goes here and here, and then we can extrude a little bit to make these lines. So to create new segments without doing Control R here, because you see we can't really, we can make one here, but I just want one from this point to here. So to do this, we are going on the -Y view, and then we can press K, and you have this knife, the knife tool. So first we are going exit on vertex select here, so we can see the points here. So we want to get this point and put it here, but we want it to be straight, a straight line. So we go here, and we can also put X-ray. K to get the knife tool, we can go here and then go here, and we need to press A, so it is straight like this, and then we click and then enter, and now it looks like this. And we are going to move these so it is not a triangle like this. We can put this like this, just leave like this, but maybe there's gonna be shading problems when we look with the matte cap. So we have this, and we want to do the same. So we can do K and do the same, or we can just do we can symmetrize like we did for this little handle. So it is exactly the same. So A to select everything, and then mesh, symmetrize, and we need from X here to -X here. So plus X to -X here. And now we have these. And also you notice that when we symmetrize, we have a big line to do the symmetry here. We can delete it if you want, but it is not very important because it doesn't change anything. So tab to go on object mode, here this view we can put here, tab, and now this part, the big square here, we can move it a little on the front, we can extrude. So face select here, we select this and shift click this. We can do E to extrude a little bit, and also you see I'm gonna exit. This part is on the front of the cube, and this part is a little extruded. So we need this one, we need this part to be just a little bit extruded, and this part more. So we are going to do E, just a little bit, and then we can get the edge selected, get this and this, G, GY like this, so you can put it more like this, on the front. So it is doing this. We can save, Command S, Tab, and now it looks like this. And to see, because when we go on this view, we don't see it. We don't really see it. So we need to bevel everything so it is round. So we are going to put a bevel modifier first to see what is going on. Add modifier, and then we can choose bevel. Like this. It doesn't change anything. We check the scale at 1, so it's good. So when we put this, it doesn't change anything, so we need to remove, and we are going to do it on edit mode to round everything. So we can get this part is round, shift click, this part is rounded too. This, and also this part on top. This, all of these are round. So Control B, and then we can scroll a little less, and we can press Shift to do it very precisely. We can put 4 segments like this. I think it's good. And also there is a problem here. If we do right click shade auto smooth like this with the triangle that we put, so we need to change this. So undo, Command Z to undo the bevel like this, and we go on the view -Y. We are going to put segments here, so it creates a rectangle here, and there is not this line here. To do this, we can do K, the knife tool here, A to be straight, and then click enter, and we need vertex, we need to get this one, K, and oops, here, K here, so it looks like this. And then this part, first we select the point, we go on the numpad 1 to get this view, K, A, click enter. Now it is like this, and now that it is a square, we can delete this edge. First, tab to go in edit mode, to go on object mode, edge select on edit mode, click this, shift click this, X to delete dissolve edges. So now the edges are gone here. Command S to save, and now we can start to round the edges. So we can select this, click everything, this, and also we need to see here, so we can go on X-ray and get this. We're gonna do like this, Control B, like this, tab, we disable the X-ray, and now it looks better. It is very better like this. We can do right click, shade, auto smooth. Now it is like this, and you see here there is also little problems here. So we can do the same as here what we did. We can undo the bevel and we go here. First vertex, we click these points, then pad 1, and what we can do, get this point, oh no, oops, we get this point, then pad 1, we can do K, knife tool, we click here, A, here, click, and then K, here, A, click, enter. So we have this rectangle. And now we can do it here, click, numpad 1, K, knife tool, click, A, click, enter, K, click, A, click, enter. And now we can go on edge select, select this, shift click, X, dissolve edges. And now it is like this. So we can save, we can go on edit mode, select all of these, like this, and we can bevel everything, like this. Control B, and now it is so much better. We can do like this, click, object mode, tab, we can save, command S, right click, shade, auto smooth, and now it looks very good. So we rounded this, we need this part, so we can select this and this, control B, need a little bevel like this, it looks good. We can save, command S, and also this part here, and we need to make a little bevel because we don't want the lines. You see, when we did the bevel here, it created all of these segments, and we don't, when we are doing this here, we don't want to touch this part, or there's gonna be shading problems. So we click here, 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 and this, and this, and then also not this, control B, just a little one, maybe like this, and you see here we can undo, and there is shading problems because there is a triangle here. So you don't want to have triangle on your mesh, because sometimes when you do a lot of things like bevels, you do a lot of shapes, it is creating shading errors. So you need to make rectangles like this, or squares. So we need to think about how we can do a square here. We can vertex head, get this, and G, 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 and also like this. We can do, well, we can try to put this here. we go on this, G to C, like this, and then edge select, we can try Control B. Now it is much better, like this, and there is a little shading errors, but we are going to correct this later. And also what you can do, you can put weights here on the edges and then put the bevel with the weight. So we can undo, and we are going to try this. So we have everything here selected, and then N to open this menu, min bevel weight we put at 1, and then we add a modifier bevel. Limit method we can put weight, and then it is creating a bevel here, and with this method there is less shading problems, I think, and also we can click harden normals. So if we do a little bevel like this, and then in geometry also we can try arc, now we put sharp, and then shading here, harden normals, and then now there is no problems. Control S to save, and then to see better we can put the matte cap here to look here and here, and it looks good. We can put back the studio here, and now we can put we can bevel also this part. We can click here, we can do control click, so it select the parts between what I selected. So control here, and it is selecting all of this here, and then we can do Control B to put a little bevel here, and it looks really good. We can save. This we already put a bevel, this we have nothing. We can put modifier bevel, and then segments, put more, like 4, amount put like this, and shading we can put harden normals. And if there is areas doing this, little corners, and it is looking bad, you can put geometry arc, and now it looks like this. So you don't really see it because this part is really small, so we can put like this and then save. And now we can do the other part, so the top here with the sphere. We can save, and then we can add a sphere, because this is a sphere. And Shift A, and also the shortcut here, Shift A, and then mesh UV sphere like this. GZ to move it on top like this. We are going to put it inside, because here it is inside, like this. Like this. And also we can do a little hole here, because there is a little gap, and the sphere, we are going to put it glass material, so we are going to see this part. So we are going to see here that it is just flat, so we need to see inside. So this part, we can go in edit mode, in X-ray, we can do face select to select this big face, and then we can extrude inside, so we are going to see this part of the glass when we do the render. So we insert a new face like this, and then E, put it like this, GZ, we need to see everything, so we can put it here. The sphere is here, and the bottom of our face is here. And also, we can bevel if you wanted to make it round, for example, like this, the same shape as the sphere. But we can leave it like this. And then the sphere, there is a top part here, so we are going to make this. We can go disable the X-ray. We need to select faces, so we can separate the faces to create this part on top, and also to create a hole so we can put all of the gums inside. So edit mode, face select, we can select all of these, maybe this to touch the top here. So we go numpad 7 to go on the top view, and we can select this, shift click here, shift, we select this, and then we are going to separate. So we do P, separate by selection here, tab to go back on object mode, and then we have this part and this part. So GZ, there is two parts now. And also we can make the sphere a lot smoother, because you see all of the faces, it's not really round like this, and it's not gonna be smooth. So what we need to do is add a subdivision surface modifier. Add modifier, and then subdivision surface here. And now it is really smooth. Right click, shade smooth. And this one too, we want to copy the exact modifier here. So if you have a lot of modifiers and you don't want to do this, add and then add everything and put exactly the same parameters, we can copy the modifiers. This to this, Control L, copy modifiers, and it is this. First we click on the mesh with no modifiers, shift click to the other one with the modifiers, Control L, copy modifiers, and that's it. Right click, shade smooth. So now it is smooth, and now we need to add a thickness. There is no thickness here, so the glass is going to look really weird. So to add thickness, we are going to put another modifier. It is the solidify modifier. Add modifier on the big sphere here, add modifiers, solidify. And now you see the thickness, and we need to put the subdivision after the solidify. First it puts the thickness and then the subdivision, and it is creating this. If we put it like this, shade auto smooth, well, this one is good, subdivision and then solidify, and right click, shade auto smooth. So we are going to put to click on the solidify even thickness, so the thickness is the same everywhere on the sphere. This thickness is good, we can add more here on thickness. I'm gonna put 0.3, like this, 0.03, and then we can copy here. We click here, shift here, Control L, copy modifiers, right click, shade auto smooth. We can save, and now this part is a little wider, I think. If we put it back here, it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna put it a little bigger, S, and you see when we scale, it is moving like this because the origin point is here, because it is the same mesh that we separate. So the center of the sphere is here, but the center of this is here because it is part of the sphere. So we need to put this origin here. So right click, set origin, origin to geometry, and now the center is here at the center of the geometry of this mesh. And now we can do S, and we can put it a little more like this, GZ, and then when we put it back, there's gonna be a little gap, and it's gonna create a good effect like this. And also we can round the edges here. So we can put a bevel modifier. So modifiers and then bevel. And also we need to check the scale. We scaled it to make it bigger, so now the scale it has 1/19. So we can do Command A, apply scale. And now we can change the bevel, put more segments, and put it like this. So it is round like this. And the sphere, we don't need a bevel because we don't see edges that need to be round. So we're gonna leave it like this. Now we can save, GZ, we can put all of the gumballs inside. So how to do this? We are not going to put every gumball one by one. It's gonna be very, very slow and not good to do. And also this part, the cube, we're not gonna see it. We can put it on this side. We're gonna see if we see it when we put all of the gumballs, because it is inside of this too. So to do this, we are going to make a simulation, a physics simulation to put all of the gumballs. So we're gonna create the balls, put one sphere, and then we can duplicate to make more, and then we're gonna put physics. They are gonna fall inside and fill this sphere, and it's gonna be really fast. So this one, we can leave it here, and Shift A, we're gonna put UV sphere, GZ. So this activates sometimes, I don't know why. We don't need it activated. S is gonna be S, I think this size, and also this, I'm gonna put it like this, S, put it bigger like this, and also this one, S2, like this. So the gumballs, I think this size is good. Right click, shade smooth, we can apply the scale, Command A, apply scale. And we're gonna put a lot more so it fills this. I'm going to put it here. To do this, first we can put an array modifiers to put more, but I prefer not to put this. So the array modifier is gonna array, so it's gonna put a lot more sphere here. Count, you can put more like this, factor x on x-axis here, or you can put 0, put on y-axis, so on this side, on this side here, or on z like this. We're going to put on z, so they are here and it falls inside. But I prefer not to put the array modifiers, because then it is just one mesh here. We can apply and then separate everything, but I think the faster way to do this is just to duplicate. So we go on numpad 1, we can do Shift D and then Z to put it here, and then we can do Shift R, and then it's gonna do the exact same action that we did. So we're gonna put a lot more like this, for example, and now it is just spheres, just a lot of spheres that are not connected. So we can go on the outliner here to see the spheres. So this is the glass, so we can rename glass, this glass top, so the sphere, we can really see sphere here. And we are going to put them in a collection to separate them. So we click here on the sphere 002, and then the last shift click, and then M, new collection, and we're gonna name balls. Okay, now they are in a collection here, and then so all the balls are here, we can put them here so they fall here, and they are gonna go through this, so we can leave this here. It's not gonna change anything, but also we can just hide it here. So we put this, and then to make more, we go on top numpad 7, and we are going to duplicate this, Shift D, put this for example here, Shift D, to make a more sphere, like this, we can save, Command S, so now there is a lot of sphere, like this, and they are going to fall inside. And if they fall and we don't have enough sphere, we are just gonna duplicate more to make more spheres. So now that we have this, we need to do the physics on the sphere. So we click, for example, on the first sphere here, sphere 1, and then on the sphere 1 we are going to put the physics. So we go on the physics property tab, and we are going to put rigid body, so it is rigid. And now shape, it is a sphere, so we can put sphere here, and then we can leave it like this. This is gonna be a rigid body 2, rigid body, and type we're gonna put passive, because we don't want it to move. If we put active and then you press play on the timeline, we put physics on this sphere and this. We press play, now it falls. So we don't want this to fall. So type not active, passive, and then look like this. But there is a problem here, because you see we press and then this is just here. So it does not detect that there is a hole here. So we need to click on this and change the shape. We don't want this, we want mesh, because it is the mesh we created and we edited. And now it falls inside. And you see now the ball is inside. And it acts like a sphere. And it is rolling inside. So now that it is good, we need to put the physics on all of the spheres. So we're going to click on the sphere 2, scroll down to the last sphere, shift click, and then the last one that we are going to select is the sphere with the physics, shift click. So it is our active object. And now on object here, rigid body, copy from active here. So now it is they have the rigid body settings that we put. And now when we press play, all of the spheres are here. And you see there is a little problem here. We can see the sphere here because we put the solidify in the modifiers of the sphere. So when we press tab to go in edit mode, the solidify is not part of the geometry because it is a modifier. So we can't edit the thickness. So we need to apply the modifiers. We can apply, solidify, apply. And you see now it looks like this. Undo. First we apply the subdivision, this in order, the first one, and then the second one, the third one, and everything. So now you see, we can see the geometry and we can edit everything. We can save here. We go back in the first frame and then play. And all of the spheres are inside. To see better, we can go in wireframe, numpad 1, and then spacebar, and also X-ray to see. And it is like this. So if you want more balls, you are just going to duplicate. So we can save. We can take, for example, all of these, shift click, numpad 7, shift D, not this, we selected the big sphere, don't want this, all of this, and then numpad 7, shift D. We can put them here, shift D here, command S to save, and then wireframe, X-ray, play. Then you see there is a problem here. We are going to undo. We check here the scale. We undo. If there is a problem, we can close the blend file and then open it again. So there is a problem like this. When I press play, this happens. This is very real. I never have had this before. So we can get all of these, delete, just get one like this, check the scale, check the scale. This is at 1.1. So we can do Command A, scale, this, we can press play, this one is good. And now we can Shift D to duplicate, Z axis, Shift R, and then put a lot more, like this, select, and also we want a little more, so we can get this, numpad 7, Shift D, and first before this we're gonna undo, Command Z, we're gonna press play to see if there is a problem. It's good. We can save, Command S, everything is selected, all of the spheres. Now we can duplicate, Shift D here, like this, and then it's all good. And we put more, so there is more. You can put a lot more if you want. First frame, you can get this, numpad 1, and just Shift D, put them here. Now there is more, like this. And now we can put the glass top here, and also this and this. We duplicate this, so we check the physics to see which one has the physics, both of the physics, so we can delete this one. And now we can put back the top here on the little eye. We are going to put it here, like this. We can save. And now our gumball is done. And now how to have the gumball, different color gumball, because we are not gonna select a sphere, go to the materials, put new, put a color, select the other, put another color, select everything. It's gonna be very, very long hours to do this. So what we are going to do is very simple. We are going to create one material for all of this, but we are going to make them random colors on all of this. So how to do this? First, when we go on material preview, first we are going to make this glass. We can save, Command S, the glass, new, and then surface, we are going to put glass. Roughness at 0, the refraction at 1.5. Here. This one is going to be metal, new, and then metallic here, 1. Roughness, we can put it 0.1 here. And then we can put our image editor here to see the colors. These parts are metal here, so we click on this, and we are going to assign materials like we did with the mechanical pencil before. So we can go on solid, tab, numpad 1, X-ray, we select this, we want this metal, and also we want this part here of the bevel. So we are going to select like this, shift, select this, all of this is going to be metal. So we press plus on the materials to create a new material. So the first one, so it is a material for the cylinder. So for all of this, the first one is always the principal color, the general color of the cylinder. So the general color is going to be red here, and the metal is going to be assigned. So we press plus, the second one, new, and also edit mode. This is going to be the metal. Here we can do assign, and also we already put a metal here, so we're gonna put the same. So this we can rename metal 1, and this metal we can just put the metal 1 here to assign this. Assign. And now we can save Command S. The metal is here. We can assign also the bottom, numpad 1. So the bottom is just this part, X-ray. Like this. Shift and we select everything. Like this. And then we can assign the metal 1. Assign. Command S to save, tab to go in object mode, then material preview. It is like this. We need to assign to this one the handle, so we can put the metal 1, this part 2, but the back is going to be red, and it is just a little door here that is going to be metal. So we can go, and this is already selected, but we select this, and we can put create a new material. Is going to be the red, this one, plus this is going to be the metal, and then we assign here like this, and metal we're gonna get this, and also you see the top here is metal 2, the top of the cube. So we can select the top here of the cube. We go numpad 1, we can go on X-ray to select this. We can put plus, so the first one is going to be the red part, plus the second one, the metal, so assign, and we put metal 1. Like this, we save Command S, and this part we didn't select it, so we need to select it. But you see, there is no faces here to select. So, Control R, we can go here, Control R to see if we can put loop cuts. We can't put loop cuts here, so we are going to use the knife tool. We go on vertex, we select this point here, and we want to create a segment here. K, and also to do it all around, because if we do it like this, A, click, enter, if we do it like this, there is only this part, and we want the other part too. So we want it to be on X-ray. Do this on the other part too. So we go on numpad 7, K, and then C here, and then A, click, enter, and now you see it is all around like this. And also I don't have the shortcut because I closed when the physics was not working. So now we can select the faces. We go on face select, we select this that don't have the metal. So I think this one don't have the metal. We can check on material preview, and also we can metal assign. And now the metal is here. And also I think there is a little gap between the red part and the metal. So we can create a little gap. So to do this, edge select, Alt click to select all around. We can do Ctrl B, scroll down, put on a little one like this, a little one, and then we can extrude E and then exit and do S Shift Z to scale on X and Y. Do a little gap here, and also it's good. Now it's gonna look like this. There is a little gap like this, and we can get this face to have a metal. Here, metal assign, click metal assign. We can save. And now this part also has metal. So we can numpad 1, face select, select all of this, and click this, shift click this face, here, here, and put the metal assign. Save, and now I think all the metal is on our model. So now it looks good. And now also we can put the red material. So we click on the cylinder, the first material, we create a new material, and then we can put it red or another color. If you want to put another color, I'm going to put it red. This red is good, and then you see it reflects the light, and it is a little plastic material. So we can put roughness like this. Now it reflects the light, and also the red we can put it lighter like this. And also to do the little plastic effect, we can put specular here a little more, like I at 0.8, and it is like this. And also we can put it here. So we're gonna, it is material 002, we can rename it, but we see here that it is the red. So we can get the cube, the first material, and then we can get the material 002, the red one. We can save, and now we can also parent this, because if we G move it, it is like this. So we click on all of the part, this one, and also this one we didn't put red, this part, we click on the first one and we put the red material. We can save. This one we click shift click this one, shift click the cube, and also shift the cylinder. At the end, the is the active object. You see it is orange, light orange, and this is kind of red. The selection is dark orange, kind of red. So the active object is this. Control P, set parent to object, keep transform. And now we get the cylinder G, and it is like this. We can also put it on the sphere, but I prefer not to put it, because when we do the render and we put the camera, we can rotate this RZ like this, and the sphere with the balls is gonna be the same. So now that we have this, we can here do the physics. So we press, gonna be here, spacebar, this, spacebar to pause, and now the color of the balls. We can save. We go on the outliner, we get the first sphere, so we can remember what sphere we edited. Sphere 1, we have the material here, we can rename balls, and we have the material here. We can go on the shading tab to change the shading. We can just focus on the ball that we selected. So we can do view and then local view here, toggle local view of the mesh we selected. So now we have this. Here we can change the color, and we can add the randomness and then assign the material to all of the spheres, copy the material to all of the spheres. So we are going to put object info, the information of the object, and you see you have random, and then we're going to put a hue saturation value to change the color. So if there we put, for example, a pink one like this, the gumball is going to look like this. Color, we put in base color here, and then we want to change the we're going to see random hue, and now here in the color we can change the color. So we want to get the same here, so we disconnect this base color, we can get X, get the code, Command C to copy, we can connect this to this, and then we can put the code here, Command V, enter, and now it is random because we put this and now it is blue here. So all the balls that we are going to put are going to have the same material, so it's going to put a random color. If you want to put little texture on the balls, we can put a noise texture. Search noise texture. Here we can put a color ramp to change this, FAC on this. We can get this, and the color is going to be the noise texture. So we can put on the color of the noise texture the pink one that we choose, and here we can put another color, for example this one, put the color here. So the color of our ball is going to be this color, the noise texture here. So you see the little texture here, you can change it here, so it's going to look like this. You can put details, roughness, I'm going to put like this. We can change the color. We can change this. So all of our balls are going to look like this, but with different colors, because we put the random here for the color. So now that we have our material on the sphere 1, we can copy to all of the spheres. So we can go on material preview here. This one we can hide H so we can see the balls. So the sphere 1 has the material, so we're going to click on this, scroll all the way down, shift click, and then at the end the active object is going to be the sphere 1. So we do command click, and it is light orange here. And now we can copy the materials. Control L, and then link materials. And now you see all of our sphere have different colors. This color that we put on the shader, the shading tab here. We can save, and we can put back the glass here. And now it is done. You can put a plane to put a floor if you want. Numpad 1, S, G, Z. You can put it here. We can go on solid view like this. And for the render, I put render engine cycles here. And so at 250 samples like this, and then you can put light. You can put, for example, light. You can put a sun, G, Z here, the sun, R to rotate the sun, R, Z like this. You can put more power, more strength here at 10. Put the angle at, for example, 10. So the shadow is smoother. Like this. If you want to rotate, we didn't parent the sphere to this, so you can R, Z, rotate this, for example, here, to be on this side. And now we can save. So this was a modeling with some physics. So sometimes you need to use physics to make things like this, or if you want to make, for example, cloth, soft bodies, add wind to your scene, and everything. So next part we are going to model a more complex object with a lot of different modifiers to make the object. So see you in the next part.